Hey guys, what's up? It's Brian. Here's a video for anyone that might want to get into the industry, or they want to do a trade and they just don't know what to do, and they're looking and trying to figure out what would be the best one, long term, pay wise, career wise, just which one is going to take care of you the most. And let me just explain. So I went to school to be an electrician. I did the 4-year apprenticeship, had to work for a company, an electrical company, going into the second year through the second, third, and fourth year, doing night classes twice a week. And I went and applied at the first company that popped up when I typed in electrical company near me and went to contact us, and bada bing, bada boom, it ended up being a generator installation and service company. So here I am. They're like, yeah, you're going to do electrical installs. So I had the theory that I got from the schooling. I then got the experience of electrical, doing the hands-on installations, mounting the transfer switches, running control wires, feed wires, separating neutrals and grounds, customizing panels, installing load shedding boxes, switching circuits. If they only had one panel on the generator but they had two actual panels, I would customize the one to put the important stuff on that they wanted on their generator. Then once I started getting good at that, then they started having me do startups, landing the control wires at the transfer switch, then at the generator, registering the generator, walking the customers through the process, answering questions. Okay, and I don't have any engine experience at this point in my life. I was not someone that grew up working on cars, none of that. But I really went above and beyond for the customers, and I became the highest rated employee there. And I had customers that would literally get one installed because their neighbor did, and the neighbor would tell them about me, and they were like, we want Brian to take care of us, multiple times. And so the boss tried to get other people to beat me by offering money every month for the highest rated employee. Well, for the whole rest of the time I was there, I won, and I won by a landslide. I wish I could have kept those reviews, because I swear I had 70 of them. Anyhow, oh, it's here. Okie dokie. So they sent me to generator training. Generac level 1 air cooled. And I went and did that course. I passed the air-cooled test, which is going to be a hands-on training on the generator troubleshooting side, the components of the generator, and I freaking loved it. I was like, hell yeah, this seems so much fun. Load banking. You know, at first I was like, yeah, I'm going to be an electrician and just like wire houses. Like, I'm going to be a residential electrician. Like, I would have died if I ended up in that career doing the same shit over and over, just wiring houses over and over again. I would have left. If you are like super ADHD like me, like I gotta be just doing different shit. I've got to have my day consist of different things. I will just go crazy if I'm just stuck somewhere. Being a generator technician is extremely rewarding. It's very high pay. It's a very well paying career. But, you know, it's demanding too. It's a lot of hard work. Like, especially when you're new, you're going to be like doing the, you know, the hard work. Load banking is not easy in a way. Like, you're going to be laying down cables that are like 40 pounds a pop, and you could be laying down hundreds and hundreds of feet and having to roll them up, and it's a lot of work. But then once you lay it down for that 2 hours or like hour and a half, then you're sitting on your ass for either the 4-hour load bank or the 8-hour load bank, or like a 2-hour, whatever they decide, and you're watching the generator. You're just watching the controller. You're making sure the generator is not leaking. It's not overheating. There's nothing crazy going on. And you're taking your readings. So, like, you know, you just power through it and then, like, you're chilling. The other cool thing, you're by yourself, unless you're doing a team install or repair. You're by yourself. You get multiple jobs. And then as you progress in the trade, like I think it's true, the bigger stuff you work on, the more money you make. And so I had the electrical residential experience. I had the residential troubleshooting experience, went to commercial, got 2 years of commercial. Then I went to industrial and got 2 years of industrial. And I worked at some really good companies with some really good technicians that I specifically figured out who was really good and like did all of the bitch work for them so that they would be like, yeah, I'll work with him, so that I could ask him question after question after question. And man, the people that, you know, go into the army, or they're mechanics, or they're electricians, and they try and get in, if they do not try really hard to learn the other side, there's two sides to generator technicians. You've got electrical, you've got high voltage, you know, especially in industrial, and then you've got the engine side of things. You've got to know mechanical too. And so you usually just have there's a lot that like don't want anything to do with the other side that they don't know. And they get left behind. They don't make the money that others make. You know, when you can do both, you know, you're valued. And it's a small trade. A lot of the baby boomers made up a huge amount of the technicians, and they are retiring like real quick. So we've got a larger demand for needed skill, which in return pays us more. If you know both, you could have unlimited overtime. And I mean that, but let's be real, after you work a year or two of overtime all the damn time, it gets old. you know, but you do have that, you know. You're looking at, you know, what I recommend now that I've seen the process, I have my own business now, but what I would recommend for someone that's going to work for someone, you have to have both. You have to have some experience in both. If you're a mechanic, then go do the apprenticeship for an electrician. It's only twice a week at night. Or you just better know someone that can teach you. But what I recommend to make the most money, if you work near a union for generators, join that shit once you have some skill. The worst thing is when you start at a company, you don't want to start at the most amazing company because you're going to start at such a low wage and you're going to gain more skill than what they're paying you. And they're not going to want to give you like a $5 jump to where you're at. They're going to be like, we'll give you $1. And so you're going to just be stuck. I left every year I went from 14 as a helper to 16. Yet they were hiring people at 20 and I knew more than them. So I said, bye. Got 25. The boss was a dick. Got 32. Company literally wasn't doing shit. Got hired at 38, 37, and got raised up to 38. And, you know, there was this old guy at the first company, and I was telling all the coworkers that I was close with, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be leaving. And he's like, oh, it looks bad on your resume. Let me tell you one thing, guys. Let me tell you one thing. When someone asks why you left a job and you say, because I'm trying to survive and I got a life-changing raise, $7, $5, like, they're like, oh yeah. I'd be like, wouldn't you do it too? Like, I'm just trying to live a better life, you know? I'm not, you know? I wanted better experience. Don't, you guys know, like, don't let anyone tell you what to do. That guy was making like 23 an hour. He's probably been at that same company now like 5 more years since I've left, and he's probably at 25 an hour, getting 50-cent raises. Like, so that's what I say. Like, you want to get some skill before you go to a really good company so that you can demand the pay that you're worth. When you start at a company and you gain the skill, they normally are not going to just give you a $5 or $7 raise, even if you learned a lot really quickly. They just won't. Also, invest in tools. You better buy and see every tool that the lead technician uses when you work with him. You better fucking buy them. I don't care if you don't use it for a year. You better have it so that when you need it, you got it. Makes you look better anyways. When all the other techs are like, oh, we got a schedule. I got to get that tool. It's a special tool from the shop. I got it. You know? I might have spent $1,000 on it, but I have it. And it's still with me 7 years later. So hopefully that helps. I know it's a lot to think about when you've done and learned a career and then I'm telling you to go do, another career, but full benefits, 2 weeks paid vacation, uniforms, sick days, holidays, paid 401k matching, stocks matching, you can do really well. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.